Hello, my dear friends. So this is a sort of, I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it's not, but this is sort of a farewell video. Maybe, because tomorrow someone supposed to come here to see it, maybe to take it, to buy it for me. And after, I think, almost a year, more than a year, less than a year, I want to give you my conclusion about the Korg Grandstage and its place on the digital pianos, the stage digital pianos market today at 2022. So my name is Tamir, and if you don't know, this is my channel. I started it about reviewing pianos, but now it's my journey with the piano. So this video will be a sort of a conclusion about these instruments, because I don't know if I will got it tomorrow, after tomorrow, maybe yes, maybe not. But I want to tell you what do I think about this piano and its place on the digital, the high-end, let's say, digital piano, stage digital piano market. So me, I used to have the next instrument. I'm talking about the last 5 years, let's say. So I used to have Clavinova of Yamaha digital piano. It was the 535 from the upper echelon, not the upper, but from the Clavinova line. They are very good. It was a great piano. It was my first, let's say, high-end piano. Before it, I was playing an arranger keyboard or synthesizer, but never a heavy keys piano. So this was my first one. After it, I purchased the Roland uh, RD800. In fact, the same person I purchased from the Roland, I also purchased this Korg. So anyway, why I'm telling you all of this story, because I want you to know what I've been through, what I encountered, and what I tried, so you know my background, and then how do I get to my decision. So anyway, as I told you before, this is becoming very interesting review. A review with a personal story. So anyway, I was at the role, and then I thought, because I love to watch reviews of digital pianos, because I was a sort of a freak of digital pianos, but now I'm becoming a freak of pianos, and I'm going towards my first acoustic piano. It's going to be upright because I like the intimate sound. And this is my room of music, and I have here a place only for an upright, but it's going to be an upright. And anyway, I've got all of this marvelous VSTs of the best grand pianos in the world. So if I want to play, I always can play the VST. But anyway, it's not the same, I know. It's not the same to play a real piano to a digital piano. But let's go back to the digital world. So I was with the Roland. It was the flagship piano of Roland, of stage piano, Roland stage piano. And till today, I think it's one of the best of Roland. I think it's even better maybe than the RD2000. Roland has gotten, I don't know if to say worse, but it seems like it in their engines, the piano engines, but maybe the FP line are good because they are sampled piano. Anyway, I sold the Roland after I tried the Kawai MP7, the first edition, and I wanted the new edition, so I went to the store and I told them, and they told me, we will give you the first edition, we have the MP7, and we will order for you the MP7 SE. So I played the MP7 at home and I was blown away. So I was very happy with my purchase. And when the MP7 arrived, in a very weird way, I like the MP7 better than the second edition, the newer one. But anyway, they are both on the almost the same level. But I was having fun with my MP7 SE, and then I bought the ES110 of Kawai for gigging because I didn't want to carry around 22 kilos of instruments. So, and I fell in love with the Kawai. Anyway, long story short, I at the end sold the Kawai. I'm regretting today, but anyway, I sold both of them. And I bought the Yamaha Modix 8. And then I bought the Casio PXS 3000 and 1100, S1100. Also got them till today. And I bought this second hand from the guy I bought from him first, the RD800. The Korg Grandstage. So, let's talk about it, because I'm going to play this piano because this is, I guess, my best piano till today in some aspects. And let's talk about it. First of all, this is, even in comparison, because they sold it. Korg stopped manufacture the Korg Grandstage formally. You won't see the Korg Grandstage on their formally. They don't sell it anymore. It's got to the end of the life cycle of it, and now I guess the SV3 will be the replacement. The SV1 and 2, the SV2 is more the replacement. This is more new than the SV1. But you have to understand, as a digital piano, you've got here more piano samples than all the other Korg around. Why am I saying it? You can buy the pianos you've got here for free. You can buy it from Korg for the Nautilus and the workstation, the Kronos. Because the same pianos here are in the Kronos, but in the Kronos you need to buy some of them. And here you've got them free. And also, I guess, on the SV2 you can buy some of them. I don't know. But they don't have all the 5. Here you've got 5 concert-grade pianos, samples, full 12 layers, full length. There isn't anything like this on the industry. Okay, listen. 12 layers, full samples with no looping. Full sample. Like the bass is recorded from the beginning to the end. Full sampled. 12 layers. Okay? This is madness. So this is the only instrument in the market. And of course, all the Korg instruments have the full samples. And 12 layers. This is a revolutionary, because the only Korg give you 20 gigs of hard drive in their instrument. All the other companies are cheap on the mass of your hard drive. Like usually it's 4 gigs, the maximum. And here you've got 20 gigs, so they give you full samples of the pianos. They are not chipping on you, okay? And this is amazing. And I've got here the latest edition, and you've got here on this 5 concert grand and one of the uprights, you've got here the string resonance engine. So you've got here all the engines. So in this perspective, this is the best stage piano in the world, because you've got here all the 5 most famous piano manufacturers in the world. Their flagship concert grand sampled here. So you've got here the Fazioli. The concert grand of the Fazioli. the Steinway D, the Hamburg Steinway D, the Yamaha, I guess the CFX, the Bechstein from Berlin, also German company. Full sample. And the Bosendorfer, the Austrian piano. So yes, they don't give you all the parameters to feed the like on the Kronos, okay? So it's pretty limited, but usually you've got the most wanted, most needed parameters to edit here on the variation button here. So yes, I can go to the edit the octave and the tune, to pitch it a little bit here and there. The release, the noise element on and off. You cannot mix the volume of the noise elements, but you can trigger them on and off. The string resonance amount, the chorus depth, reverb send, damper on or off, other control if you have other pedals, on and off, okay? So this is all you can edit on your piano, and there is a bottom of dynamics. So with this and editing the hardness of the key action, I'm putting my key action on velocity curve of 3. So it's a little bit, 4 is the normal, okay? And I'm making it a little bit more heavy, so I will get the lower layers of the samples when I'm playing. I want it to be more mellow, so I want the mellower layers to play. That's how, because you cannot, you don't have here tonal shift. You cannot make the piano more mellow or bright, even though there are presets of these pianos more mellow or more bright. But I do not like I will let you hear the mellow and bright version of each piano. So let's go. This is the Fatio. And of course, the only machine on the Korg family with the hybrid piano, and it's called the Grandstage piano. So the first piano here is a hybrid of these 5 pianos. So they made a hybrid sound, sort of a middle sound between all of them. And this is the Grandstage piano. Listen how gorgeous it sounds. So I prefer this method of using by changing the velocity curve of the action, using the lower layers of the recording of the piano, then going and change the piano sound by switching by tweaking the sound of the piano, the recorded piano, by changing the EQ and things like that. So let's hear these pianos. Like, let's start with the Italian piano. It's the Fazioli. So this is the Italian piano. And this is the Italian piano dark, like the mellow version of this Italian piano. So they just cut the high frequency. They didn't sample this piano with more soft hammers, let's say. It's the same sample. So I prefer my way, like, you know, so this is the regular Italian piano with my tweaking of the dynamics all the way left to the heavy and setting up the keyboard, the action, to be a little bit more on the heavy side. And then I getting this clear, beautiful samples of the low volume recording of this piano. So my philosophy is I think most of the humans like the more mellow, the more gentle strike on the over these strong ones. But the benefit of using this dynamic method instead of EQing is that when I want the sparkling sound, the brightness of this note, I just can push it a little bit more harder. And then I'm getting anyway to these bright layers, you know. So lately I saw, sadly, I'm starting to see some reviews on the Kawai, the new ES120, and I hear it's so bright on the default, and if you are not fixing it, you're just not enjoying the sound. Also this one, if I will change to the default sound of it, it will sound very bright, this piano. But I think after this tweak, this piano sound marvelous. So the only gripe with it that they didn't put a sample of a felt piano for a felted or very, very soft piano. But yes, felted cinematic, because there is a cinematic patch here, but it's a tweak of the let me show you what I'm talking. This is the Grandstage Piano Cinema. So it's a tone of reverb. So this is a preset machine, okay, at the end. But there are many presets here. So on the piano, except these 7 pianos, because the first one is the hybrid. Gorgeous piano. Okay, this is a gorgeous. This is the Grandstage. Yes, this is the first piano. The default piano when you are turning on this machine. And I think this piano you've got only on the Grandstage. You don't have this piano on the SV2 or the Kronos. And the key action is the same on the Kronos 88, not the light version, the regular heavy version, and the SV1 and 2, and the Nautilus 88. And here, but here you've got all the pianos for free. All their samples, except, as I told you, Korg doesn't have yet a felt piano sample, because this is more trendy now. It was not trendy in the past, and but if you want you want the pianos, you want the clean piano sound, you have the most heavy sampled pianos in the market and a pretty decent action, I have to say. It's taking the second place after the Kawai, but maybe in durability it's better than the Kawai. Much better than the Yamaha of the P125. Yes, I didn't like the action of the Modix 8. And it's the same of the P125. I think they call it the GHS or something like that. But it was very tiring to me to play it. It was very... So if you want the Fazioli, I'm talking about the Fazioli, I don't know what number, but you know the concert grand, the Fazioli, the Steinway D, the Hamburg Steinway D, not the New York Steinway D, the Steinway D, the CFX of Yamaha, the Bechstein, I don't know the name of the model of their concert, the grand piano, but you hear the Bechstein, it's got a very intimate character. And it's weird because also the Bechstein on the native instruments, VSTs, it's called, I forgot the name of the piano, but it's also an old Bechstein. It sounds just like this, with old warm vibe. But you've got here 5 of the best concert grand pianos in the world. Here, full 12 layers with no looping, full samples. So it's amazing. There isn't anything like this because most of the companies will give you 1, 2, 3, 4 full concert grand, famous like this. You've got 3, 4, 5 maximum. Here you've got 6, in fact, with this hybrid piano. So you've got here the hybrid, the Fazioli, the Steinway, the Yamaha. Only the Kawai is not here. The Bechstein and the Bosendorfer. So at Yamaha, you've got Yamaha and Bosendorfer if you are buying a digital piano of Yamaha. Here you've got 6 full sampled grand pianos and 2 uprights. Listen to this upright. So upright, so beautiful, this upright. And the second upright. With a little bit of detune. So this upright does not have doesn't have a string resonance, but it have other effect, and it's the detune depth. So I put it here on 100%, so you will hear it is detuning. So this sound, this so rich sound, most of the keyboards, like the Yamaha Mod X8, the upright sound was horrible. Horrible. And on the Yamaha, I didn't remember the sound of the upright on my CLP 535. I know there was an upright there, but I don't remember. But the uprights here are gorgeous anyway, and you've got 2 different methods, detune versus string resonance. And it's really different characters. This is very intimate. Upright, very nice, full, rich sound. So the Kawai had 3 Kawai pianos, the MP7 SE, gorgeous Kawai pianos, 3 of them. In fact, 4 of them, but If we consider they have the SK concert grand, the EX concert grand, and the SK5, and they've got two nice upright also. Maybe the Kawai have a better uprights, but they don't have, maybe they have the T-tune also, I don't remember. So at the quality, even though Kawai is not full sampling, and they are not disclosing what the length, but on the MP7S it was extra long, so you won't feel the loop if there was any. And they also have a 88 sample. Of course, here it's 88 sample, 12 layers each sample. So this is above Kawai, but Kawai you can control other elements more than here. Like you can control the depth of, you can control the lead up or down, and the noise of the hammers in the strings, and many elements of the piano that here you cannot control. So at this perspective, the Kawai was more depth. You can more play with the piano sound, and the elements there was more options. There are 4 layers. You can mix 4 sounds. Here you can only make 2. And technically, you can record. There was internal recording on the Kawai MP7S. In this one has no recorder, but the sound quality and the amount of sampling here. Listen to the sound. At the end, this is what talking. So, if you're asking me, to my opinion, except I'm not talking about the Nord pianos, because Nord in another level wise of price. So these all are, and I don't think it's worth it. But I think that the sounds here are another level, and there are so many. So yes, it's more fixed than the Kawai, but the amount of sound and like here I love the pads and things that the Kawai doesn't have. Okay. Sometimes the basic sound of the piano is what you need more than the features. You know, if you have a very, very good piano and you cannot tweak it like acoustic piano, okay? Acoustic piano, you have only one sound. You cannot tweak nothing. You can play it and that's it. So it's featureless, in fact. The feature is just to play the sound, maybe the pedals, okay? So this is like to get this piano. You cannot trick it too much, but listen to this upright. So the new SV2 It's got some of the pianos from here. It's got the German, it's got the Steinway from here. It's got some of the pianos from here. But it doesn't have, of course, the jewel of the crown, this Grandstage piano. But they are saying it's the same samples of the Kronos and here you've got all the pianos of Korg. And Korg got great samples. They're on the bright side, but because there are so many layers, and does not sound too bright. This is the Fazioli. Steinway. Yamaha CFX. Bergstein. And Borzendorfer. So from this perspective, the amount of the pianos you've got in your reach, so yes, you cannot tweak them on the other companies, but the sound is rich. You do not need, it's like to have a Steinway in your salon, okay? You do not need all of this monkey business, okay? Sometimes one good sound is better than 700 average sounds, okay? So if you are going with this philosophy, I want a good piano, I want to go, I will tell you something. When I bought this piano, at my personal ranking, the Kawai was the number one always, because the experiencing the Kawai personally was another world for me, because this was the best piano I ever had. I think the Kawai MP7 SE, and I think even the MP7 more. At the beginning I was blown away. And Kawai is a acquired taste, because the first time I played the Kawai after I used to have Roland, I was telling the salesman, now this is not the link of Roland. At the beginning, yes, because it was sound muddy at the beginning. It was sound muddy because the default setup in the Kawai is too bright. But if you are fixing it, just like I'm doing here, because the default sound here is, for me, horrible. You have to tweak the action a little bit, the sound, to make it more sensitive. at the end, the sound, not the possibility to tweak it too much. The sound itself, you need to find your way to the perfect sound of this piano you are playing. And then you can go to any piano. If it's the same setting, it will sound the best of its ability. That's why there are more than 500 sounds here. 564 sounds here, okay? And usually I'm playing only 3, 4, 5 sounds. 90% only the 5 pianos. I'm just jumping the 7 pianos. I'm jumping from now 8 pianos. In fact, I'm jumping from one to another because the sound is giving you inspiration. And I want to be inspired from a real instrument, not tweaked one. Because I want to make it a habit to connect with an acoustic instrument. And this is the most close to the acoustic instrument that was recorded. Yes, you can ignore the reverb and make it really dry, but this is the second upright. You know, there are like 8 different worlds, and I made a preset of each one of them and the tweaks that I like in this piano. And you've got here 8 different pianos to play with, and the piano is the main thing for me. So on the Kawai I had like 4 pianos to play with, 4 toys. I can mess more than here. I can mess with the sound, but at the end, what is better? If I could, I have them both. I don't have the space or the money, but if I could, I would keep this one. But now, tomorrow, someone is coming to see it, and maybe I will sell it and, move on. And I want to go back to the Kawai to be. And if there is another piano I want to try, listen, I don't think there is. I think still the VSTs are a little bit more high. The higher quality VSTs. Like I'm talking about native instrument basically. But also VI Labs and all of these. Their piano sounds are basically a little bit more good than a stage piano sound, but not in this case, and not on Kawai case. Well, in fact, all of them. It's the same technology, but I think this and the Kawai taking the first places on, and this one I will prefer it on the SV2 because the amount of the pianos here are not on the SV2, and the amount of sounds here are not as the SV2. The SV2 just looks more cooler, and that's all. But I like the boxy look, it doesn't bother me even. For me, it looks more like Nord than the SV2, to my opinion, and it's very easy to handle, very comfortable to work with. It's a professional gear. This is a professional gear. But only two zones. All of the others, the RD800 and the Kawai and all the others, have at least 4 zones. Okay? And here you've got only 2. So this is, but to me it doesn't bother me, because usually 2 it's enough for me, because or I will split with the bass, or I will mix with the and I didn't like the pads on the Kawai. And piano with pads, it's basic, And on Roland, this combination was magnificent. But on Kawai, the pianos was another level, but the pads was... And the Yamaha pianos, maybe the YC and the SY, I don't know, the YC88 and you know what I mean, the stage piano, the one with the draw bars organ, and the other ones, the YC, I think, is the older one. Or the CP, sorry. So CP88 is the simple one, and the YC88 is the more advanced one, let's say. This is more like a piano, and this is more with the organ wheel. And the Kawai, by the way, have the organ wheel also. It's like the YC88, in fact. And it's the cheapest, This is... They are very naughty, this Kawai company. Anyway, so... But you have to admit that the level of sounds here are a bit more high than Yamaha Mimodix 8. Was a nice sounding board. I'm not, but here the sounds are better, just because you are feeling that there is more content to the sound, because this is more big samples, more quality samples, that's all. And it's because of the size of the RAM that they are letting their self to use, because they are using an SSD with 20 gigs and not something with 1 or 2 gigs, and you have to put so many sounds, and so you are like, this is what's going on I'm sorry to say, also on the Kawai, but also on the Roland. that most of the sound are cheap, and 1 megabyte of sound. You know what I mean? This is not a level, most of the sounds, not on the level of the VST quality sounds. I'm sorry to say. Most of the companies are cheapen with the sounds, and this is the only company that is not cheapening with the sounds. And it's giving you 20 gigs of sampling. The only company. And the only company that gives you very high quality sounds is Nord, in fact, and sampling. And the Yamaha have good sounds, good involving engines and things like that. And more like a Karma engine in the Kronos, okay? But still, as someone that likes synthesizers and sounds like that, maybe the Yamaha you would like better, but the problem for me with the Yamaha, not the YC and the CP, the Modix 8 that I had and the Yamaha Montage, they don't have the string resonance. So they don't have a piano engine. String resonance basically is a piano engine. Okay? It's not just sampling, it's a higher level of expressing the piano as real instrument in front of you and not just recorded sound. But listen, I think this is timeless machine. This is timeless machine. This is what I think. I don't think it will get too much better because the level of the sampling here is top notch, And sound wise, Korg are the most experienced, most a long history have of creating digital music workstations. So if you're asking me if to buy this or the SV2, I think this is better. More sounds, more. The SV2 have more tweakable options, like you've got and on the fly and not like it's got a vintage style, and I do like it. So. But it's more expensive than this one and gets less pianos, let's say. So you're asking me why I'm selling, if I'm so appreciative on this piano. And this is the reason I sold my MP7 SE from Kauai. Even though I think it's the best stage piano today on the market. Um, the reason is to move on. I don't know why. It's an urge in me to move on, to try new things, different things. To even though on a digital pianos, I think I don't know which is the top, this one or the Kawai MP7SE. And why I'm not saying the Kawai MP11SE? Because of the weight. Because sometimes you would like to take the better gigging machine with you to stage if it's an important gig, and this and the Kawai MP7SE are the same weight, and I think are the MP11SE is just for studio. You cannot take it out. This is the truth. Unless you've got a moving company that will take it for you, but you cannot go around with the MP11SE. And it's less sound. It doesn't have the organ engine like the MP7SE. So, at the end, the story is the story you are telling yourself. This is your story. Now, let's go. By the way, all the sounds here are better than all the other companies. So, let's go to the Think Mark 1, the Tyne Mark 2 cabinet. Listen to the samples. And you've got two switches on each sound, and it will trigger the most usable effect. And the modulation entering the ping pong effect of the panning. Someone is calling me in the middle of. And the Thin Mark 5. So all of these are roads, and now there are many here. Tandino chorus. And of course the Kawai is not on this level, on the other sound. But Roland are on their supernatural sounds are getting near this level, and Yamaha are in this level, almost, little bit less. But Yamaha have good sounds, but I don't like the action in the Yamaha. Yamaha was my first one, let's say. Yamaha took my virginity. But to Yamaha favorite, let's say the truth. Yamaha are open to new changes more fast than the other companies. Like Kawai and Korg will not let you too much upgrade your instrument after buying it. And the Yamaha do. So the CP88 and the YC88, both of them got new firm update with new sounds, new samples inside, just like the Nord. And Kawai and Korg won't let you do it. They did add here and it's significant, the string resonance engine. At the beginning, this instrument didn't have a string resonance engine, and they added it. But they don't add here like Yamaha did add Steinway to their pianos, and they did add a felt piano sound like Nord did. And here you don't have, on the Kawai you don't have, on the Roland you don't have, you don't. And listen, to compare this to the Kronos, yes, the Kronos have more features and everything. But me, I'm not recording. I'm just playing the piano. If I want to record the piano, I will record it on my computer. So, and the weight difference is very, very high. The Kronos is very heavy machine. And this is on the mid side, this is only 22 kilos. The Kronos, I think, is 28, maybe 30 kilos. I don't know how much more, but it's much more heavy than this one. And the Kawai is about this, the same weight of this. I'm talking about the MP7 SE. Also, the Yamaha are a little bit lighter, 18 kilos, and the Roland, usually they are the same weight of this. I'm talking about the RD, but the new RD88 is very light, and the new Phantom O series are very light. So it's a... So I think the EPs are amazing, as you can hear. And there are endless combinations. And of course the Wurlitzers. This is maybe the third or fourth time I ever played these sounds. Because, I love the piano. But the other sounds here, and the pianos, of course, the top of the top of the sounds here are the pianos, okay? Listen to these pianos. This is a gorgeous piano. This is the best pianos there is. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with the zone. But the other sounds here are, you know what I mean? You know what's going on? You understand. So the DX and there are 7, 8, 5 engines here. There are many engines here. Yes, what it's worth it if you've got the engine and you cannot tweak the sound in the engine. I understand what you are saying. I'm agreeing, but everything got its price. And me as a person, I'm not tweaking the sound. I like what the creator intended it to be. So usually but there isn't any digital pianos on this level in the other brands. This is another level. This is another level. And I didn't go into the claves. Listen to the sample. And this is just by turning on switch 2. And if I'll go to the organ section. Okay, there isn't any comparison to Yamaha YC88 or the Nord Stage 3 or the even the Roland as a drawbar and the Kawai and all of this is a more preset machine in this point, in the organ section. Even the sounds are rich and fat, as you can hear, but still, and on the ensemble side of things, this is full packed of everything you want. Everything you want, you've got it. But there is something that there isn't here, and this is weird, and surprising because the Kronos do have it. The Kronos do have it. And it's a drum sets. There isn't any drum sets here, patches. And even on my Casio, PXS 3000 there is a drums. But on this piano there isn't any. There are effects and percussions and things like that, but there aren't any drum sets, that you can drum on the keyboard. But in the bottom line, what you are missing here and you are getting on the new things, to my taste, only the option to upgrade the sounds, like to add fat piano. And this is also with Kawai the problem, and also with Casio, let's say. They won't let you to add samples, but Yamaha do. Yamaha do, and there are other companies. Like, listen, they are interesting me, but the problem with them, the decibel, the problem with them is that they are using key action from a company that I heard not so good things on them. So they are using the key action from a company named Fatar. And it's the same of the Numa X piano. And they are heavy key action. So the only instrument with the less heavy action on the decibel is the S7 or the S9. It's with the drawbars. Anyway, this is a good piano, but the key action, I'm afraid about the key action of the decibel. This is why I didn't bought the decibel. And I wanted to, I have to say. I thought about it, but the decibel also doesn't have a fat piano, I think. And I don't know how many pianos you can download. I need to see the decibel site, but a winning horse you don't replace. And I think that the Kawai is a winning horse. So if you have a Kawai, keep it. If you have a Grandstage Korg, keep it. But if you like me, you have to change and drive them all. I think my conclusion for now is that the best pianos I got till now are the Korg Grandstage and the Kawai MP7 SE. Those are the best pianos, but the lightest, I like the Casios also, and yes, this is I like the Yamaha also, but Yamaha is the least, and on Roland's side, I maybe will go with the FP, the FP30X, because the samples of the pianos there are sounds better, but I won't touch the RD2000 or the RD800s or all of this, because I think that the Kawai is better, and I think that the Korg Grandstage are the level of the Kawai. On the piano side, they are better than the Roland. sorry to say. The Roland is, the piano side, they are not, they are problematic. And the Yamaha, their pianos are good. I didn't try them. I want to try them. I think my next one will be CP88. I'm aiming for this because it's got more. I will see, because on this I can get, let's see what will be. But I heard from friends of me on this that they are not flying on the Yamaha. Maybe I would like the Yamaha, one of the Yamahas that I would like to have, maybe, will be the P515. Because it's got good action, good sounds. But the problem with the Yamahas are they have heavy action. And it's fatiguing your hands. And this is the problem. With most of these companies, except Kawai, Casio, Korg are little bit on the heavy side, but not like Yamaha. And the Studio Logic is a company owned by Fatar, and they are making cheap actions, like USB actions. I want to buy it, but because of the heaviness of the key, I don't know why they are doing it like this heavy, but... And they are the manufacturing of the key action of Dexibel, Numa, Studio Logic, of course. What is the name of this company? They are the manufacturers of Nord, by the way. Fatar are manufacturing the key action of Nord, except one of the models that Kawai, the Nord Grand is by Kawai. It's the same action of the MP7SE. With the same of this one, RH3. This is also called RH3 of Korg. The same name they have, Kawai and Nord, for the action. But this is a workhorse, the action here. And this is the best action of Korg. The RH3 is not the best action of Kawai, so... So as you can hear, this is a magnificent instrument. I love it very, very much. And now maybe I will try to play it, maybe. I don't know, maybe it's my last day with it. And from tomorrow there will be a new journey. So why was I talking so much about these pianos? Why do I care? Why do I care? I tell you why do I care. Because this is my real teacher. If you had a good piano, a good instrument, the good instrument will increase your level of playing, because when you are playing a very good instrument, you just cannot stop playing. And the messing around with the instrument, this is what makes you want to play it and know how to play it. So if you are getting a good instrument, it's like if you are buying a cheap bicycle, you won't ride them. So you better buy something good. And and price is a factor. So I'm talking about good and not too cheap, too expensive, because from price wise there isn't any there isn't any competition with the Kawai MP7 SE, because all the instruments that even less than its league are much more, let's say the equivalent in the Yamaha world to the Kawai MP7 SE is the YC88, not the CP88, the YC88. Why? Because the Kawai also have options to mess with the drawbar organs and engine of drawbar organs like the YC. And yes, and it's cost less than the Roland RD 2000. It's cost less than the even the Yamaha CP88. Of course, than the Yamaha YC88. It's cost less than the Nord Stage 3. It's cost less than almost everyone, maybe except the Decibel. No, it's cost less than the Decibel also. And it's cost less than the, how do you call this piano? Not Decibel, what's the name? Forgot the name of the company. Very famous company. Making pianos also. Not regular pianos, just digital, but forgot the name, never mind. They are also Italian company. And the truth, I have a dream. Me personally, I have a dream. I have a dream machine, and I'm working on doing it. Maybe open a sort of a community thing like this to start this project. Anyway, my dream machine is very simple. It's a mix between the Kawai MP7 SE and the Kawai ES920, like the Kawai MP7 SE with the speakers of the Kawai ES 920s and with local off and with audio through USB on board. And this is the dream. And of course, and I would add pads to drum machine and some and 8 knobs and faders, 9 faders and knobs to control and place for laptop. That's all. With sound card on board and insert to left and right. You can left it like the MP7 SE already got, but with sound interface built in. So this will be my dream machine because I don't really need the sounds on board. I want to bring the pianos from my computer. And I need the speakers and I need the sound card on board. So I can use the sound from my computer, but can use the speakers as a monitors. And I don't need to bring a sound card to the gig because my gigging machine is already with sound card. So this is the way I want to go. This is what I want to. And they are not letting. No one is doing this. Because all the guys that making USB controllers, like pianos, like 88 weighted hammer keys, they don't add sound card and speakers to it. So you have to buy external speakers and you have to buy external sound card, and it's getting too messy. And it's maybe it's good for studio, but not for shows, because on shows you need monitors and you need sound card, and it's too messy. And you want one machine that brings you everything except the sound take from your computer, but the speakers, the sound cards, the interface, everything on one machine, and the action should be Kawai. Yes, Kawai MP7 SE, the action just like the Nord. And if you have some default sound inside, like the Kawai pianos, it will be great. That's why I told you a mix between the Kawai 920 and the Kawai MP7 SE, and additional sound interface, audio interface built in. And maybe a microphone input also, with effects on the microphones, and another input for guitar. And you know what, sort of a mix between the Numa piano, like 4 inputs will be lovely. 4 line inputs to this audio interface also, yes. 2 outputs, it's okay. So anyway, this is, so if you are with me on this, contact me, because I want to do it very much. I know many musicians will be on this topic also. I don't know what they want from me, these people, Let me play you a song. This song is in Hebrew. It's about what's going on on a person's life, you know. Sometimes you're feeling the world is too big for you to handle. The kid of you, the kid inside of you, just saying this is too big deal, I want to go to sleep. I want to ignore. I do not want to take responsibility. I just want you to leave me alone. What the hell do you want from me? You are saying to God. And this is the song in Hebrew. פתאום הכל מרגיש גדול עליי, רוצה לישון ודי, כבר לא מבין. מחשבות באות קופצות נפלות עליי, זה הר גדול מדי, לא מבין. מה יהיה, מה יהיה, מה יהיה? מה יהיה הסוף שלנו? מה יהיה, מה יהיה, מה יהיה? מה יהיה הסוף שלנו? פתאום הכל מרגיש רחוק מדי, זמן נופל עליי ואת יודעת, יש לי בעיית חיים, אני שבור בפנים, את משתגעת. מה יהיה, מה יהיה, מה יהיה? מה יהיה הסוף שלנו? מה יהיה, מה יהיה, מה יהיה? מה יהיה הסוף שלנו? מה אתה רוצה ממני? אתה רוצה ממני? אתה רוצה ממני? לא מבין. אתה רוצה ממני? אתה רוצה ממני? אתה רוצה ממני? לא מבין. מה אתה רוצה ממני? מה אתה רוצה ממני? מה אתה רוצה ממני? לא מה אתה רוצה ממני? מה אתה רוצה ממני? אני לא מבין. So you are hearing this is a magnificent instrument. And one of the best adventures on music I've got. One of my teachers, because all of my instruments are my teachers. One of my teachers that I surely will miss if I will sell it. And I'm recommending every and each one of you to start with a good piano. Do not compromise. To start the quality of the piano, it will make you a better pianist. Because you do not need more than one good sound. Let's say if there was here a Kawai MP7 and this one, I guess I will go from one to another. I would not play only on one of them because the variety of the pianos here are just, you cannot ignore it. You cannot ignore that you can go on a garden with so many pianos around. And this Bechstein, where can you find the Bechstein on a digital piano? Nowhere in the world. So, I tell you the truth, this is all recorded. Why it's recorded? Because I'm going to use it as a video on my channel, my YouTube channel. But here we are together, me and you, and you know there are now 36 people that are watching, and this is not and this is a pretty much respected amount of people. So I'm feeling like obligated to to myself and to you to go over the boards, the limits of this sort of video review that it was supposed to be just a review. But I want to play. I need to play the piano. It's driving me crazy, these sounds. This is the Bosendorfer. You know, the most beautiful piano here is the Fazioli, to my opinion. And I'm playing him less than the others. And why is that? You know why is that? I will tell you. Because it is so perfect. And you need to trigger yourself the non-perfect sound. And now listen, the Bosendorfer it's got more grungy character. And this is the Fazioli. More silky. You hear the difference? Bosendorfer, Fazioli. But it's not that all the Faziolis are mellower than all the Bosendorfers, because usually the Bosendorfers are more mellow than the Fazioli that I heard on the real world, let's say. So in this case, they sampled a more bright Bosendorfer and more mellow Fazioli. This is my opinion. Because, okay. So this is the end of this session. Thank you for being with me. I hope you enjoyed. And I hope it enlightened some of you about digital pianos and pianos in general. Thank you for being with me. And go on to my channel, my YouTube channel. It's Tamir Orkoby's piano channel. You can look for it on YouTube. Thank you for being with me. Bye bye.